Oh, this dog will never let me have a seat to myself. It already started on me. Cancer, how are you? Looks like you're next. All right, so what do we have going on? Is somebody trying to steal my seat? What do we have for this week? This isn't good. 10 of Cups in reverse. Unhappy. We have the Two of Wands right here at the bottom of the deck. So somebody is either not happy about somebody has maybe left, gotten away, and now they're moving on with their life. They've decided they don't want a family. They want to kind of be on their own. Or I had something else in mind, but I can't. So let me, before we jump to conclusions, let me, come on, Dexter. He's a dog, man. God, he's so cute. Oh. Okay. All right, stop distracting me. All right, what is this 10 of Cups in reverse for Cancer? In reference to love. And that was third. This was second. This came out first. Star. Nope. And he has 2 of Swords and the Hierophant. Knight of Pentacles. He's snoring. Huh. Interesting. I'll tell you what I'm getting. This feels somewhat like, it's like I told you so. Okay? So if somebody brought something to your attention, or this is vice versa, it could be you, or, you know, how they, just try to figure out who you are in this scenario. Okay? I'm just going to say the story. You decide who you are. Okay? Because it gets a little confusing. And then there's people that always want to correct me. And I'm like, no, just take it how it resonates. You don't have to correct me. Just take it how it resonates. The story's still there. Just figure out who you are. Anyway, sorry to go off on that tangent. This is like, almost like I told you so, but not being, but being humble about it. Not even saying I told you so. Okay? So, this is like another person getting angry at someone for telling them that something's rotten in the state of Denmark. That something's going on in your family, or the people that are around you, you know, don't really, I keep wanting to say jive with you. You may think that these people, but they're all wearing a mask, they're all fake. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. Or, I'm also getting a sense of, so if we're on that story, okay, let's stick with it. Let me finish up that thought. I just don't want to lose my other thought. So it could be that, you know, somebody was like, you know, hey, you might want to watch your back around these people. Or maybe somebody highlighted something saying, well, you know what, looks like maybe there was probably a problem between you and somebody, you know, maybe kind of, you know, have you ever thought about addressing it? And maybe something that was totally oblivious to you, you know, and somebody wasn't happy about it. And I think somebody is now realizing that that person was actually just trying to help them. They were really just trying to help them. Okay. Now, as I was getting to the or I'm getting a snippet of another story. And another story is that somebody may have come to you and said, let's say this. Let's just say this. Let's say you have a friend or somebody that you've known for a very long time. And I don't know what you really think of that person, but you're an acquaintance with them, You like them, Just a nice acquaintance or a friend or whatever, some sort of a, colleague, some sort of an extension of yourself, whatever. Something like that. Somebody in your congregation or something like that. It just could be something like that. All right? Let's say you've known them for a long time. But then that person that you know has a girlfriend. Okay? Or boyfriend. However it resonates. They have a significant other or partner that they start seeing. And you don't really know that person very, very well. You haven't known them very long. But they seem very, very nice. And they seem very, very sweet. They seem very genuine. Okay? They seem like they got a good head on their shoulders. And they mean well. The Knight of Pentacles, they mean well. They're a very valuable person. And they're very, they're still young. Or, mid. And something happens within that relationship, and you're kind of like, and you're quick to take the side of the person that you knew, that you've always known. But later on, at some point, actually, he's trying to move me. He's trying again. Okay. This dog. Oh. He's like a toddler in his terrible twos. Or the rebellious teenager. He's one or the other. There's no happy medium. Or he's really, really cute. Okay, back to the story. You later find out that the person, let's say, whatever it was that happened between those two people. And you were quick to take the side of the person that you've known. Well, I know this person. They wouldn't do that, or they're not like that. Well, some time goes by, and then you're like, wait a minute. The other person probably was the real victim of whatever. That's what I got. And it's a bit disappointing because, for one, you didn't really know or understand that sometimes loyalty, you have to keep an open mind. It's not just about, well, I've known somebody so long, and, many of us have been in that situation where it's like, you defend your family through anything. You defend your loved ones. You defend your friends. Even when you know that they are an ass. Even when you know that they did something wrong, you defend them. I'm not saying you as in you, but that's what a lot of people do. That's just what humans do. They worry more about the history than what's right and what's wrong. Okay? And that's what this feels like right here. Okay? So, somebody right now is like, well, somebody's feeling very unhappy or disappointed in that. And realizing that they should have kind of at least listened to their intuition, done the right thing, and not taken any sides and looked at both perspectives. Something like that. I think you understand what I'm saying. All right. That's what this is right here. That's what this feels like, okay? Okay, so what? This is supposed to be love. Something about honor, loyalty. Now, I also have, okay. This one isn't so complicated. There's somebody who's breaking up, a family's being, somebody's going through divorce, and somebody wants to go through healing. Somebody wants to go through, I have that too. Somebody wants to go through healing. They want to go, maybe, let's say you're married to someone. I feel like this is all the kind of the same thing. For whatever reason, my intuition always digs into like the psychology of something. it's like I dig into the emotions to see where people are coming from. Maybe that's what it is. Okay? Because maybe that could be part of the moral of the story, but somebody was quick to take somebody else's side. And that's what the heart of the matter is. That's what the real truth is that some sort of a family or something like that has been broken. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Got the Page of Cups and you got the King of Cups here. That's the moral of the story, though. Somebody on the outside probably chose a side. It's a little bit strange. Bottom line, here's what I'm getting right now. Bottom line, you should be able to call your friends out when they're BS. If they're being a jerk, if they're being an ass, you should be able to highlight it to them. You're not being a good friend. You're not being a good lover. You're not being a good companion if you're covering for someone. Because that's very toxic behavior. If you know somebody's doing something wrong, you don't cover it for them. You don't hide them. You don't aid them. That's what the moral of the story is. What people do here for the short while that we're here on earth has a lot of impact in our afterlife. We're here for such a short while. You know, God forbid 40, 50, 60 years or more, 70, 80, 90, compared to eternity. Do we want to evolve? I don't know. I don't know why I'm pondering such depth right now. Queen of Cups. Nine of Swords in reverse. Oh, and you have Taurus and Aquarius here. So far. You want to know why this is coming up? Because I want to know why. I want to know why this is coming up. I know why. Think about this Queen of Cups. King of Wands in reverse. Tower. Knight of Swords. This is kind of yucky. So here it is. Now, here's what I'm getting. With whatever it is that happened, this person, we're going to say the good person, then we're going to say the not so good person or the bad person, okay? Somebody was legitimately a victim and they were very, you know, just a very kind, virtuous person. The other person really was the SHIT head. Okay? And, you know, here's the thing. Either at that point, something happened where somebody had to leave immediately. They had to vacate something immediately. But I feel what I'm kind of getting is like history is repeating itself. So, if there is a new relationship that this person has gotten involved with, and they are with another really, really good person, like things are getting worse. Okay. Now, if it's the same, well, for some it could be the same person. We're going to have to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to forget that point. I feel as though the moral of the story is somebody's sticking their neck out, or they're putting their good name or whatever on the line, or whatever it is, for somebody who's not so good, covering for them or, vouching for them, whatever. And this person is doing the same thing over again and with a different person. And it's more frequent, and it's probably a little bit more violent, because I see police coming to somebody's house and somebody having to be removed. Okay? So, what happens when you are affiliated with somebody like that? Depending on your job, depending on your reputation. If you're affiliated with somebody who does these things, even if you're a regular business owner, if you have clients that know about certain things that, sometimes people don't want to do business with people like that. It can destroy your business. It can destroy your reputation. If you're somebody who is who's a public figure, your job, depending on your job, there's, being in law enforcement, you have to be careful. You cannot associate with people of a questionable character. Okay? There's a lot of reasons for a lot of these things. These rules are in place for a reason. Okay? And that's what happens. If you have something, whatever it is, it tarnishes your reputation. And it tarnishes your judgment. Not only to yourself, but to people around you. Are like, man, you do that kind of thing? You cover for people? You really do that. But you act like this hierophant. But you condone this kind of stuff? Somebody coming to a kind woman's rescue because somebody could be very physical and abusive. Or whatever, or they're just not a good person. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I see a lot of police. You got all these swords here. This one's rushing there. You got somebody's probably calling a supervisor. You got other ones. Probably a rookie or something like that. You got a lot. You got a lot going on here. You got a lot coming in, rushing into this scene. Okay, so it's something that you need to think about. You also have, oh man, I forgot. Hold on. I got to think of what it was I was going to say. Oh man, I might have to cut some of this because I'm probably going to sit here for a minute and think, because it was a good point. You know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and, there's no need to cut it. I was just thinking if I'm going to take an extensive period of time. But no, basically that's what it is. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Now, that's if you're on the outside looking in, because I feel like that is a big part of this energy. Okay. Who are you in this scenario? Are you the victim? Are you the aggressor? Because no one ever wants to say that they're the aggressor, because a lot of times people don't know that they're the aggressor. Sometimes they don't know. All right. But sometimes they are, okay? Or are you the person on the outside looking in? Are you one of the police officers responding to the scene? Who are you in this scenario? That's how life goes, okay? You're one of these characters in this play, okay? So, if you're not one of these people, and it's not something that happened, like you've already left or somebody's left, and then now there's something else going on, and somebody's kind of like got their good name mixed up because they're vouching for somebody who really has just questionable character, or they do certain things, or they're physically abusive, to their spouse or their partners. Okay, or are you someone? Let's say, because some people, we're in this bad situation and they're holding on for dear life. They don't want to let somebody go. They know that they should not be with this person. Divorce is in the cards. You know, it's unhappy, but somebody wants to heal it. Somebody wants to try to hold on to it. They need to maintain it because they cannot let this relationship go. They can't let it go. They can't let it go. Because it's about the image. It's about whatever it is. It's about, you know, I don't want to seem like a failure. I don't want to feel like I'm failing myself because I let this relationship. Sometimes it takes two people. It's not just one person. Okay? Two people make things, two people can destroy things. Okay? So, with that being said, if you're the person who is still holding on and it's kind of come to this, if that is the same person, then that person should have known that, you know, maybe they should not have been pushing or trying to, you know, hold on to it. You know, trying to glue a foundation that's termite infested. They're trying to plug in all the holes of the, you know, where the termites, when all the wood is just rotten and it's just crumbling. And somebody's really trying to maintain that foundation, that structure that's about to crumble all over somebody's head. Okay? There is an infestation. Okay? And it can't last. It can't be sustained. And somebody's like, it went from something that was not, I'm not happy, yada, 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 to, you know, it's kind of come to this where it's just like, you know what, now it's getting bad. Now the police are coming to the house. Why are we letting it get to this point? Why are we letting it get to that point? If neither of you are happy, it's not about attachment. It's about it's about getting past the emotions and actually seeing what is good for you and what is not good for you. A lot of times people, they just don't want to let go of things when they have to. They have to. The universe says it's time to let it go. And what happens when you don't listen? The universe sends in a tower. They make it something where it's like, you know what, you're forced. It's gotten so out of control. We got to do something. We want these people out of here. And the only way we can do it is if we can make other humans who are in power and control, you know, come and take away that freedom from them. Put them in jail. Take them to court to answer for why they cannot coexist under the same roof without getting physical with each other. That's how the universe works. It's not because it's something that hurts you or does. It's because people will not let go of certain things at certain times. They refuse to let things go. If something's dying, if the foundation of the house is termite infested, why are you going to buy the house? Why are you still going to live there? If the builder or an inspector says, this house is going to crumble very, very soon. In fact, you know, if we get a brisk wind, you know, you guys could be buried alive in this house. No, we're going to stay in this house. We don't believe you. We're going to make it last. We love this house. You know, it's like that. So. That's the moral of the story. I'm not really getting much more. In fact, I feel like that's the story. It's like somebody needs to think about certain things, reflect on certain things. Why it is that they want to hold on to something, or why it is that they're sticking their neck out on the line, you know, could be potentially damaging themselves, their reputation, everything, by staying involved or condoning the behavior of somebody else. Okay? That's what I got. And eventually somebody's going to have to answer for it. Nobody wants to go to court. You know, let's say it comes to something like that. Nobody wants to get involved in that stuff. Nobody likes to do that. Then why are we covering up for these things? Why are we covering up for people? I know whenever I'm saying, me personally, I mean, you know, it used to be lonely, but it's not lonely anymore. I think about, you know what, all the things that people used to get me into. And like, don't do this, don't say this, don't say. And I'm like, just, you know what, why am I, you know, no, I don't agree with that behavior. You know, I don't like that. I don't do those things. So I'm not going to associate with you. I just, you know, I'll just sit home and read tarot. And I'm much more happier for that. Okay. These are the choices we're forced to make in life. So, that's it. I'm leaving it there. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to book a personal or private reading with me, you can email me at becomethestar1111@gmail.com, or you can DM me through Instagram, becomethestar, all one word, all lowercase. I do not reach out to people for readings. You have to reach out to me. That's how it goes. Be careful, don't get scammed. There's people out there pretending to be me. I do all of my readings through Zoom, It's one-on-one, face-to-face. You meet with me one-on-one, face-to-face. Zoom is a business meeting app that you download. It's free. It's simple to use. You just download it, put your name in, and then when it comes time for us to sit down for our reading, I send you a link, and boom, there we are. It's that simple. It really is. So, something to consider. I don't do readings any other way. I don't do text readings. I don't do crappy text readings, that these scam artists are trying to push off on people. It's me that you're dealing with. And I don't do recorded readings, and I don't do email readings. You meet with me. It's an actual reading. So, all right. I'm going to leave it there. It's ran over a lot longer than I expected, but anyway. All right, Cancer, good luck. I'll see you next week. And, I don't know. Somebody has some, I guess, thinking that they need to do, because somebody could have gotten them into something where they may actually have to go to court. Okay, testify. Something like that. All right, that's it. Good luck.